What's up, Peach Posse?
This is Anna.
This is Taylor.
Welcome to the Naked Peaches podcast.
Posse, we just recorded 20 minutes of the podcast and we were like, wow, we did so good. And then we looked and it hadn't recorded anything.
Which really is just perfect because we are not doing okay today.
Yeah, it's an encapsulation of everything. It's just all what's been going on. It is a metaphor that happened in real life.
We're wrapping up our LA trip right now. So we obviously did Taylor Swift. You know, everyone saw our social media. It's clearly apparent. And then we did Disney. And we'll definitely get into both. But Taylor Swift was a long day. We didn't get home until midnight. Then we had a shower, pass out, wake up at 5:30, drive to Disneyland. Disney all day because we couldn't do anything less than that. So 16 hours. And then drive home, shower, in bed / asleep at 2:30. And now we're here podcasting.
What time did you get up today?
I woke up at 6:30, but then I went back to bed and I woke up at 8.
Still not enough sleep. Okay, so does this sound like a pattern? Does it sound familiar, Posse? Because I feel like we were just talking about our Utah trip, and I feel like we did something very similar on that trip. We have a problem.
And Posse, like, we're old. Like, we don't do this in our normal life. Like, we joke about how we need to go to bed earlier, but it's not like we are, staying up that late regularly. Like,
when I say I'm staying up too late, I mean I'm staying up till midnight.
Yeah.
And getting up at 7. Like, I need to be getting in bed at 9.
And how long did we walk at Disneyland?
13 and a half miles.
You guys.
A half marathon. Over a half marathon. And we actually were running.
We were running. We were pushing children over. We were pushing other people over. They were in our way and we had to get on the rides.
We were literally like, I would stick my elbows out as we were going through the crowd so nobody would crash into me. It was crazy. I think Allison got some videos of us, but we were like, we were menaces at Disneyland.
I mean, people are slow and they need to move over.
Yeah, it's like, okay, you must have 4 fucking days of tickets here because we certainly don't. We have 1 day to make the most of this huge place.
And, we did. We did.
We went so hard, and my ankles remember how hard we went. I was telling Anna earlier, I literally woke up with a limp today. Like, I got out of bed and I was like, I think my ankle's broken. Like, it was so scary. How are your feet doing?
I mean, what hurts the most right now is on like the side of my foot. My shoe was just like really tight, and so it's like I don't have a blister, but it was just like I think it's like bruised or something, like deep inside. Like it was not okay. Also, I'm an idiot because I decided to bring a brand new pair of white sneakers on this trip, so I had fresh sneakers. And what's a better way to break in a new pair of sneakers than walking 13 miles on them right away? I am so stupid.
You're so smart because none of those sneakers are really broken in.
They're really broken in, yeah. And, they looked great. Like, I really hope somebody who saw me yesterday was like, wow, she has really fresh white sneakers.
Everyone was talking about it.
Thank you.
It was the talk of Disneyland.
Thank you. I did notice, though, there was one point where this dad and child, like maybe like a 10-year-old or something, walked past me and he kind of stepped on my shoe, and I like pulled back my foot really quick and was like I wasn't really acknowledging him. I was just like trying to see like how bad he ruined my new fresh white sneak, and thankfully it was okay. I just kind of wiped it off, but I saw them like walking away, and then the dad turns to he's like, dude, like you got to be careful. And then I looked at the dad and he was wearing really cool sneakers, and I was like, this dad understands.
He gets it. That's so funny.
Yeah.
I specifically bought brand new walking shoes for Disneyland. I've talked about this before, how I've wanted a pair of Hoka's. Mm-hmm. Alma talked about Hoka's on her episode and how much she loves them. So I bought these like ginormous walking shoes that are like a 3-inch cushion around your feet, basically. And that still wasn't enough. Like, I was still fucked up.
Were they amazing though? Like, are you happy you got them?
Yeah, they're great. I think I'm the problem.
I'm the problem. It's
Hi.
I mean, it's 13 miles.
Yeah, I mean, I used to run long distances, and I truly don't know how I ever did that because 13 miles wrecked me yesterday.
I think it was also really hard because it was coming off of like a Taylor Swift day, which was, we were standing for like 3.5, 4 hours.
Yeah.
And then also like the emotional aspect of it like took a lot out of you.
It
and
did.
So and then doing that back to back with Disney, which is also a very emotional experience being at Disney. So
it's been an emotional week. I realized something though when we were like, there was a moment yesterday while you were like barreling through crowds of children at Disneyland and I'm like following you, power walking as fast as I can. My feet are like screaming in agony. I'm like, I feel like you're so good at like motivating me, and I feel like if Anna told me like, let's just jump off this cliff, like we can do it, we're girl bosses, like we got this, I'd be like, you're right, I'll do it. You always get me to say yes. You're so good at that. You are literally a cult leader.
Okay, one, my dream. Thank you so much for that compliment. Two, I feel like yesterday, like something happened where towards the end of the day, it's like we had decided, right? Like we decided we're doing Disney till midnight.
Yeah.
It was like that was our decision. We needed to make the most of our day. And as each hour that passed, even though I was physically becoming so unwell, I was also like, okay, but now it's like there's only 2 more hours left. So it's like at this point now, if we stop, it's like, what have we done all this for?
Yeah, it's like we've come this far. We have to like really just like shut it down.
Yeah, especially when there was still like a few rides that we like really wanted to do, and you know, like we had to, and the people were getting in our way and they needed to move.
Yeah,
like,
they were.
I texted Gavin this morning and I was like, hey, like, we definitely need to come to Disneyland soon together because we've actually never been together.
Really?
Yeah.
Aww.
And we were talking about that and he's like, oh, yeah, like, he talked about, like, bringing Sophia. And I was like, absolutely not. Like,
No.
She will slow us down. Like, she's not coming with us anytime soon.
Yeah, you gotta wait until she's at least like 12, you know,
Yeah.
and she can really like fight the crowds.
I
with
think
you.
maybe like 6 is probably fine. One, I like would want to be able to do rides with her, you know,
Yeah.
and not just like, I want to do like the fun rides.
Mm-hmm.
So
What's crazy is that there were people with literal infants at midnight in the
You guys.
lines, and I'm just like, what are you guys doing still here? But that would be you.
yeah, I mean, like I was fine with, like, I mean, the infants or whatever, they're just passed out, like they're thriving. But I did see one woman who had like, I don't even think this baby was a month old. It literally looked like it had just come out of her vagina 2 weeks ago.
She just left the hospital went straight to
Just-
Disney.
Yeah, and I was just like, I don't, like, are you okay? Is this like, I was very, I just feel like you're still bleeding. You're still recovering. Like, it's a lot just to like go be at Disney and like around all these people and these germs. I don't know.
I know, and just like physically, like the toll it takes on your body.
Yes.
I can't imagine being postpartum and trying to do that.
Freshly postpartum, yeah.
Like your insides are still falling out from your
I
inside
know.
of your vagina.
I know. It's wild. But Disneyland was incredible.
Yeah, it was so fun. And I just want to be clear, we're not Disney adults. We just like to
No.
have fun and we love adrenaline.
We love adrenaline. Guardians of the Galaxy, when you talk about it.
Oh my God. That ride, literally, my soul left my body.
Taylor and I were clutching onto each other, holding. I'm not holding hands. Literally, like nails digging into each other's palms. Like so terrified, but it was the best ride
It was the most adrenaline I think I've maybe ever felt.
ever.
Like,
ever.
so much fun, so crazy. Just that ride, you have to go on it. We were so devastated that we could only go on once. Like we could have just got on that ride over and over again
Oh
and
my
done
God.
nothing else and had fun.
Like we tried to go on a second time right as Disney was closing, and we got in line and they were gonna let us go on it, but it said the wait was like 45 minutes, and we were like, there were still a few other rides we wanted to go on, and we were like, okay, well if we do this, then like we can't do these other things instead. So we ended up not going a second time. But I mean, the next time we go, I feel like so we need to do something. So it's like every 3 hours we're just back on that ride.
Just use your fast pass or your lightning pass or whatever for that ride over and over and over again,
Yeah.
basically. Also, the lightning pass thing
No.
is so stupid. I miss the fast pass days.
There's a scam going on at Disney right now, you guys, and it's really unfortunate.
Yeah, if you were blessed enough to experience Disney when you could just walk up to a ride, push a button and get a fast pass ticket, and then walk to the next ride you want to go on, push another button and just keep collecting them.
Mm-hmm.
Those were the days, and those days are gone.
Yeah, now it's this lightning pass thing, and you like click it and it schedules you for a ride at a certain time frame, but then you can't just go do that on a bunch of rides. It's like you have to wait a certain amount of hours and you can do it again. So you can only do it a couple times in the day.
Yeah,
and
like we got like 4 of them all day, maybe.
yeah, and
It's
it's
a
not
joke.
the same. It's not the same.
R.I.P. to the fast pass.
Okay, and then while we're talking about theme parks, just really quick, we just need to talk about like some of the stuff that we've been noticing with travel lately, because it's like really starting to infuriate me germ wise, and I just need to point it out. Okay, so I'm talking like amusement parks, hotels, airports, stadiums, all these places, okay?
Yeah.
Number one, if you have a bathroom and you have paper towels to dry your hands with, you need to be able to have a trash can by the front door. So as you exit the bathroom, you don't have to touch the handle. You could throw it away and leave.
Yeah, because if you have to touch the handle when you leave, it defeats the whole purpose of ever washing your hands in the first place.
It should be illegal.
I bet in other countries it is. I bet in Canada it's illegal.
Probably in Japan. Aren't they super cleanly in Japan? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I hate it. It's disgusting. Like, especially these amusement parks. Like, touching these handlebars.
Dude, and we saw them throw up off of one of the rides. And, you know, it like they were smart enough to not put anyone on that seat right after they wiped it up. But guess what? That ride's going to come back around again, and they're going to put someone on that seat next time.
Yeah, they're going to forget. They just wiped. They didn't even spray. Did you
know?
No,
it was literally just paper towel.
Yeah.
No Clorox wipe, nothing.
No.
So when you're touching these, like, handlebars on the rides, you're touching little children's throw up. Probably some kids have peed on there, too. Like, you know, and just, like, whatever other shit people have on their hands. And then, like, if you have an itch in your eye or something, you're going to die.
You're done. You're done. You're going to go blind because you touched your eyeball without washing your hands.
You're going to get syphilis in your eye.
Yeah. So that's number one. Number two, all these freaking automatic dispensers for water, like on, like when you wash your hands, like the automatic sinks or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like sometimes you have to literally touch the faucet for it to turn on or it stays on for 3 seconds and you're like, I'm trying to wash my hands. I'm literally trying. And it's like making it hard for me to wash my hands.
You're making it hard for me to be like a upstanding citizen.
Yes, we need to have a foot pedal, and you press the foot pedal, and then you walk away, and that's it. And you don't have to touch shit, but it works at least.
I think you should build a bathroom in the Naked Peach studio, model bathroom of what the perfect bathroom would be, and then you can start selling it to these hotels.
Okay, I'm done.
And theme parks and stadiums, etc.
I love this. We'll have the cleanliest bathroom in the world, and a really good smelling candle in there too. Okay, speaking of bathrooms, tell the posse about our hotel bathroom.
Okay, so the hotel bathroom situation is also a crime. There's a lot of crimes being committed this week. And the first one is the fucking sliding barn door in the bathroom. It's called a barn door for a reason because it's for barn animals. And it's just like, why did the person who made this never go poop once in their life when someone else was in the other room? Because you can't fully ever close the door. There's always a gap where you feel like everybody can see you, hear you, smell you. And there's also no fan in our bathroom. So it's just like, what is going on here? Like, the person who did this was like, this is a sick joke. I don't understand.
I don't understand no fan in the hotel bathroom because it's like that bathroom gets so foggy and then you just, open the door to the bathroom and then your entire small hotel room is now incredibly humid. And so at one point while we were getting ready for the Eras tour, I was like, this room right now feels like the alligator enclosure at the Oregon Zoo. And if you know what that enclosure feels like. And that is what our hotel room felt like the other day.
I honestly think that we should all get together and file a class action lawsuit against the companies that make this scratchy ass toilet paper that is like see-through. And it's just like, it's like at that point you might as well be using like one of those brown paper towels that comes out of like a hand, like the things that you like dry your hands on, you know?
It literally disintegrates and you have to use so much of it that at that point have you even saved on the cost?
Exactly.
Because if you just got a little bit of thicker toilet paper, I wouldn't be using 40 squares to wipe one time.
Yes, and like literally my butthole's bleeding. Like there's little rolled up piece of toilet paper stuck to my labia now. It's just like disgusting, swampy, nasty situation down there. I have this recurring intrusive thought that I told Anna about where I have this fear that like when I'm wiping with that scratchy toilet paper and my butthole starts bleeding, but I have to keep going because I'm not done, that the poop is going to get in the cut where the blood is coming from, and then I'm going to get an infection in my butthole from the bacteria in the poop. And I'm honestly just surprised it hasn't happened yet.
It's my new biggest fear. I'm so terrified of that now. And that's why I can't poop on vacation, because my butthole knows. It's like, let's prevent infection, just no pooping at all.
Yeah, your
Wait till we get
butthole knows. It knows that toilet paper is shit.
Yes.
And it's like, I'm going to protect you from having a bloody asshole. Okay, speaking of, one more disgusting thing.
Tell me.
Yesterday, towards the end of the day, every time I went to the bathroom, I would like pull my underwear back on and I was like, ooh, it's really tender right there. And I literally was like, the skin like the area right between my labia and like the crack of where my like crotch meets my thigh was fully chafed and like raised from like just the edges of my underwear, like rubbing against it. I was wearing like a pull on like unitard shorts thing, which was the perfect thing to wear because I was getting so sweaty, and I feel like it was like, it's like dry fit and you couldn't tell, and it like worked really well for like most purposes. But my underwear was just like, it, you know, it normally for everyday purposes is great, but like I feel like there is no underwear that is not going to chafe you when you walk for 13 and a half miles.
No. We need to talk to these ultra marathoners and see what they're doing.
Yeah. Well, they're also like, most of them are so skinny that they're not having the same issues of like skin touching.
But that's just underwear rubbing against your skin too.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, it's painful.
It is. And it's like, I guess like in theory, seamless underwear should solve the problem because there's not like that edge where it's like thicker fabric that's like, that's kind of like hard and like painful. But seamless underwear doesn't work because it just rolls into the crack in between your labia and it's stuck in your vagina.
Yeah, it's a front wedgie and a back wedgie at the same time. It's not good.
Yeah, so like I really would like to know what are people up to like resolve this.
Yeah. What is the perfect Disney outfit? We need to know.
Yeah. I would say the unitard was not quite perfect because I did have to get naked every time I went pee.
Yeah, that is the biggest bummer. I mean, I was wearing leggings and a tank top, and that was great.
Did your legs get hot?
They did for part of like the middle of the day, so it would have been nice if I had brought shorts for that like couple hour period. But the whole rest of the day I was fine, so it's like it worked out because most of the day I was fine.
Yeah. Well, should we talk about some of the good things?
Yeah. Let's talk about your church.
My church. Okay. The Church of Taylor, the Spirit of Swift.
The Spirit of Swift.
We are sisters in Swift, and the Spirit of Swift entered us and took us to the promised land.
A new dimension.
Dude, the Eras Tour was the best thing I've ever done in my life. It was the best
was
day
it
of my
better than
life.
your wedding?
I would say in some ways, yes. I mean, obviously my wedding was very special for its own reasons.
Yes.
I would say those two are the two best days of my life.
Okay.
Were the day of the Eras Tour and the day of my wedding.
Wow.
My elopement, not my reception.
Yeah.
And if you guys ever want to hear me talk about that, let me know.
That'll be a whole podcast episode.
Yeah. But, okay, if you know, you know. If you are like me and you've been a fan of Taylor for a long time, it's like we've grown up with her. And it's like all of these different eras, like, narrate the different eras of our lives. And so it's like each one takes you back to, like, where you were when that album came out. Like, what was going on in your life when you were listening to that album all the time. And it's like, we went on this journey, like, through the story of our lives with her, and like it was just like so emotional. And then like she's so good at like talking to the crowd, and like you feel like you're her best friend. You're like, oh yeah, that's my best friend Taylor. She's just up there talking to everyone, and like I feel so connected to her because of the fact that she's been my favorite artist for so long, and so I've been listening to her more than anyone else for so long. And it's like, I mean, when the last album came out, Angie and I were talking about how, like, every time a Taylor Swift album comes out, we, like, text each other and we're talking about it and we're, like, picking our favorite songs, and, like, we can remember, like, where we were each time. And, like, it's just crazy how it just, like, really, like, there's no better way to describe it than, like, her eras, like, just are the soundtrack to our fucking lives. And it was so emotional, and like the vibes in that stadium were so good.
Everyone was on a different level.
Everyone was having the best day of their life. It's like everyone's happy. It's like I feel like what they wanted Woodstock to be is what Taylor Swift.
Yes, it was a Taylor Swift version of Halloween with how everyone was looking. Mm-hmm. Everyone looked absolutely incredible.
More sparkles than you've ever seen in your entire life.
The outfits were so stunning. They were so creative. People just truly went all out.
Literally everyone did the friendship bracelets, I feel like.
Everyone.
Which was so cool.
Yeah.
It's like, it wasn't like, I don't know, like sometimes, like I feel like when I'm talking about Taylor Swift and how much I love her, I feel like I'm a fucking weirdo because other people are like, okay, like I like her, but like it's weird how much you like her. And then when you're at the concert, you're like, oh no, we're all in this together. Like we all are this obsessed. We're all screaming the lyrics. We're all crying when she's performing. Like, And it just felt like, okay, these are my people, you know?
Yeah, I mean, with how much everyone was singing, Taylor could have just not sang anything and the whole concert would have gone as is with the crowd singing the concert for her.
We did a performance for her.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, you were performing to her.
Yes, I was. I was singing to her all night. I
Yeah.
was serenading her. And I cried multiple times. We like made friends with like the mom and the daughter who were sitting above us together. There were so many mother-daughter like pairs there, which was the cutest thing ever. Below us was a mom and her daughter who was like maybe in her 20s, and then her little daughter who was like maybe 10. And like that was like so emotional for me to see too, because Teffy, if you follow her on TikTok, she did a video about this where she was talking about how like Taylor Swift is like, you know, the soundtrack to all these women's lives who are in their 30s, and then like they're now bringing in their kids who are like, you know, whatever age, and like those kids are like falling in love with all those songs and like becoming Swifties and like feeling like, wow, Taylor Swift really gets me or whatever. And like what they don't realize is that like their mom had that experience too. And it's just like, it's so sweet. And like, it just, I could start crying talking about it.
I mean, she's such a good performer, and the way that she can connect with people, even as I'm obviously not as big of a Taylor Swift fan as you are. And it was just an amazing thing to like experience and witness, and like the show that she can put on, like the level that she is in her career and her capabilities, like there wasn't a single boring second of that show. It was so amazing. Her stamina, mind-blowing.
Incredible.
Like, my
Like,
feet hurt just standing there, and she was dancing the entire time and singing
and holding the mic the whole time.
Yeah.
Just like never missing a note. Like she never like took the mic away and was like, okay, crowd, sing this verse
No.
for me. She was literally singing the entire
Yeah.
fucking time.
even though the crowd could have sang it.
Yeah. And like she just like never took any breaks, and she's been doing this like night after night for like months. It's insane when you think about. I would love to know like what her like routine is like,
Yeah.
to be physically strong enough to do that, and also to like recover from it every night,
Oh
you
my
know?
God. Yeah, I mean, we're wrecked today.
Yeah, like whatever her secret is, I need all of those treatments that she's doing.
I mean, she definitely walked 13 miles on that stage.
for sure. I'm like convinced that she must have like a doctor traveling with her. I'm sure she has like her own massage therapist. I mean, homegirl has lots of money, so she's got lots of specialists with her, I'm assuming. I can't imagine how else you would be able to do that over and over. It's like what athletes do.
Yeah, it's incredible. She just didn't miss a beat all night. And it was so fun just to be there for like the last night or the last show of the tour, because it definitely meant something to her.
Yeah. And to see the 1989 re-record announcement, like that was like, obviously everybody was like anticipating it, and it was like so exciting when it happened. And like, you know, she like shouted out the fans for like being with her on this journey of like re-recording her albums and like supporting her so much while she does it. I just feel lucky to be alive at the same time as Taylor Swift.
Talk to me about All Too Well.
Okay. All Too Well 10-minute version is my favorite Taylor Swift song. And before the 10-minute version came out, the original All Too Well was my favorite song. And like
Ever. Out of all her songs.
yes, out of
Okay.
all her songs, I just love it. It's such a good song. I feel like one thing that she does really well is she like picks out these like really specific details in her songs that make the story feel, it's like a very good storytelling tactic, you know? She talks about the autumn leaves falling, and she talks about the red scarf, and she talks about your T-ball picture and whatever, like things like that like really paint a picture and like make it feel real. And she does that a lot in a lot of her songs, but I feel like All Too Well is like the best one of all of them. And it reminds me of like a million different things, but like just that feeling that she describes in the song, I feel like is something that's so relatable, of like when a relationship's over and it's done and you don't talk anymore, but like you want to remember that this happened and that it was real, and you're like, no, I was there, I remember it, and you want to validate that it existed or something. And I feel like that album came out towards the end of my relationship with my ex. Like I remember just listening to it so much, like in my last year of college, and that song like I listened to a lot after we broke up. And I feel like, again, if you're one of those people who feel like she's like written the soundtrack to your life, like when she started singing the 10-minute version of All Too Well, and then the whole crowd was singing with her, and like being so emotional, I just like lost it. Like I started sobbing because I was like, I don't know, it just like was so special, and I felt so lucky to be there in that crowd with all those people who also are connected to the song in the same way, and then to be like having my favorite song be sung to me. I don't know. I feel like I've talked about it too long now, so I'm gonna stop.
This is Taylor's 10-minute version recap of Taylor's 10-minute version.
Exactly. Taylor's version of Taylor's version of Taylor's version of All Too Well. Okay, should we bring the girlies in?
Let's bring the girlies in.
Okay.
Testing.
Amanda, welcome to the pod.
Thank you.
How are you doing today?
I'm unwell, actually.
On a scale from alive to rotting corpse, how unwell are you?
I would say alive in the grave, but being buried. So I'm like trying to like knock on the coffin to let them let me out. You know?
Yeah.
Are we the ones that are filling the grave with dirt as
Yeah,
you're laying?
you literally are.
That's like a Taylor Swift lyric.
Wow.
That was really poetic of
Oh my
me.
god, that was so beautiful. I
Thanks.
feel like we need to write that down.
Allison?
The Naked Peach team are now lyricists as well.
Naked Peach, Taylor's version.
Oh my god, beautiful.
Okay.
What are we talking about this lovely afternoon?
Well, I just went on a 20-minute rampage about what the 10-minute version of All Too Well means to me.
Oh, wow.
Which songs did you cry to at the Eras
I didn't
concert?
cry.
Wow.
Okay, psychopath.
I didn't cry. I was saying this earlier. I felt like we were sisters in Swift. We were just, I went to church on Wednesday night and
Never left.
never left. We were listening to Taylor Swift in the other room right now. We literally just listened to All Too Well 10-minute versions. I can't
never
stop.
gets old.
No, it literally never gets old. I could listen to it on repeat for 1 year straight. And that's it.
What was your favorite song that she did?
Well, I was really surprised by how much I liked Reputation era.
So good.
Like, I am not a rep girly, but it brought the vibes. It brought the vibes up to 1,000,000, and I, like, loved it. Obviously, 1989, like, all of those songs were incredible. My favorite, All Too Well 10-minute version. I literally felt like the spirit of Taylor took over me.
The spirit of Swift.
the spirit of Swift. And I was possessed. I was like, I probably do know all the words, but in that moment, I was her. She was I. I just was like, I was taken over by Miss Taylor Allison.
Okay, I have a question about the 1989 announcement.
Okay.
Be nice to me when I ask you guys this
Okay.
question. I've been thinking about this since the concert. I've been scared to ask you guys because I'm scared of your reaction.
Oh my gosh.
No, what's she gonna say?
I don't know.
Okay.
It better be no disrespect on 1989.
I don't feel like it's disrespectful, but I'm scared.
It is disrespectful already. You're having this thought. Whatever
Okay.
it is.
So everybody knows that she's re-releasing every album, right? And everybody knows that like it's coming.
Yeah.
So it's like, why is her just saying the date like the biggest deal in the entire world?
Because that means another album is coming. Like,
Means we
but
get
you know
more
it's coming.
it means
Taylor.
we get more. Yeah,
But
but
you
we
knew
didn't know
that.
when.
But you knew it soon.
But we didn't know when. And for her to announce it the night of our literal concert is just
It's the fact that it's like now you know the exact date and you
Yeah.
can put a countdown on your calendar and you can think
Yes.
about it every day.
Now we have something to live for.
yeah,
Okay.
obviously.
The girls who get it, get it.
Yeah.
I had to ask.
She's doing unreleased songs. with
Yeah,
every
she said
album.
5.
Yeah.
5.
So
she
it's
said
like-
she's like, I don't even know why these weren't on the album to start, which is gonna just absolutely put 1989 to my favorite album.
Yeah. It's
I
just
think.
like, I feel like it just lets us get to like re-experience the excitement of a new release every
Yes.
time.
Okay.
It's just like,
It's just a party.
It's special. It's
I mean,
magical.
there's gonna be 5 more songs that are probably about Diana, so that'll be interesting.
About Diana, but also wait, let me just talk about this really quick. If
I know what she's
if
gonna talk
Harry
about.
Edward Styles,
His middle name is Edward?
yes.
Ew, I don't like that.
Okay, that was so
I'm
rude.
sorry, it's just an old man middle
If-
name.
Harry Edward Styles sings Style with Taylor Allison Swift. You guys won't see me again. I won't stop running. I'm just gonna run.
Have they ever sang together?
No,
Why do you think he's gonna be on this?
because there's rumors floating around.
It's wishful thinking.
It's wishful thinking.
Okay.
I'm a clown.
Okay.
I mean, at the end of the day, I'm a clown, but
Okay.
I'm hoping.
Okay.
Sitting, waiting, wishing, hoping.
Okay, can you tell us?
No.
So, okay, so Anna and I talked about how at Disneyland we went so hard, and I also told the posse about how Anna is really good at just like convincing me to do things, like getting me to drink the Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
And you are one of the girlies who went home early from Disneyland. So I want to hear about Disneyland from your perspective.
I mean, I fucking love Disneyland. I was like, it's so nostalgic to be there. I had such a good time. I puked, baby. I puked in Star Wars World.
And rallied, Amanda.
I puked and rallied.
I give you a lot of credit for doing
Thank
that.
you.
Not only did you puke and rally, but you rallied, and then went on the Incredicoaster coaster right after you puked.
I did.
She did.
Yeah, I get horrific motion sickness. I was literally taking medication all day long. And then we went on this Star Wars ride that like isn't a ride really. It's like a screen and you like move around and stuff. And oh my god, in the ride I like look over at Anna and I'm like, I'm not well. I am not well.
Meanwhile, I'm like, Amanda up, Amanda down.
Yeah,
'cause
like
she's
Anna
driving.
and I are like pilots and we have to like pilot this spaceship and I am literally dying.
Amanda's fighting for her
I'm
life, and I'm
fighting for my
fighting for
little-
the ship. I'm like,
We're fighting for our planet.
Yeah.
I'm fighting for my literal life.
Okay, I was in the second row and I didn't know that was happening.
Oh my
And I don't
God.
know if you heard me, but I was literally screaming, "Go up! Go up!"
I
Getting,
kept
like,
crashing
pissed.
into everything. I literally crashed into all the walls. I'm hanging on by a thread. I'm barely holding it together. I'm breathing through my nose. I'm like trying to fucking not die. And we get off the ride and I literally was like, I need to use the facilities.
there was also a trash can right outside the door.
There was. So people, this isn't
You
the
know what
first
that's
time.
for.
This
You
isn't
know what
the
that's
first
for.
time at all. Anywho, I had such a good time. Like, I think it's so nostalgic. And, like, what I appreciate so much about, like, the girlies that went is, like, it doesn't matter. Like, if someone wants to go home, someone goes home. Like, I was fucking tired, dude. I can barely walk today. My ankle is fucking shattered. I'm just dead. And, like, I spent 13 hours at Disney, and it was more than enough for me. And honestly, like, that is such a huge thing for me that, like, let's get serious here for a second. I've just, like, grown up so much and, like, have focused and, like, worked on myself so much in the last, like, 3-4 years to, like, be able to say, like, you guys, I think I'm gonna tap out for tonight, and, like, be able to do that and, like, feel okay with it, you know? Like, setting
Yes.
my boundaries for myself to say, like, oh my god, you guys, I'm unwell, I need to leave. Like, that is really big for me, so I'm also proud of myself.
I'm proud of you.
proud
And
of you,
also,
Amanda.
like, I feel like not only, like, the self-care and not people-pleasing of being like, I'm done, I gotta tap out, but also, like, not being codependent and being like, I need to not be the only one who's feeling this. Because I feel like if you've ever been on, like, a girls' trip where people are sort of, like, passive-aggressively trying to get someone to do things the other way than the way things are going, like, I feel like sometimes feels like we have to all be in agreement. Like, sometimes people just don't want to be the only one who feels a certain way. And so I feel like being willing to be, like, the only one, that's a big deal. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. Yeah, I credit that to Lexapro, so.
We love Lexapro.
We love Lexapro.
I love this for you.
It's been so fun, though, dude. I'm gonna have a vacation hangover. Like, I need to sleep.
I feel like we already have one today.
I'd have one today. Yeah, you're right.
Everyone
Okay.
is so unwell today, and it's none of it's from alcohol. Nobody.
Literally.
Wait, I need to tell the posse a story really
Okay,
quick.
yeah.
I know you guys both already know this, but it just so the morning after the Taylor Swift concert, I wake up, no sleep, time to go to Disney, and all night I had been dreaming that we, as a group, went on a mushroom trip, and Taylor was leading our mushroom trip, and I was like, Taylor, wait, you're sober, like, are you sure this is okay? Taylor's like, no, it's okay, and our mushroom trip was through the world of Taylor Swift songs.
No.
That
She
sounds
led
so
us
fun.
all the way through it, and it was
Wow.
colorful, and it was great. And I've never done mushrooms like this, so I don't even know what a mushroom trip is like. But I dreamt that I was on one
I
through
love
the Taylor
that.
Swift universe, and then Taylor kept telling me that it's like it doesn't count as a part of sobriety.
Okay, Anna, you have to stop talking about it because you're going to convince me to do it.
It's a new brand of mushroom,
I love that. We need a Taylor Swift Disneyland.
like a
Like a
ride.
theme park of
Like
Swift.
a theme park of Swift.
Wow, she would actually probably have such a cool theme park
It
if
would
she
be
had a theme park. Can you
incredible.
imagine
Oh
each
my God.
land could be one of her eras?
No.
I would literally die. I would live there.
You
I
would live
quit
there.
Naked
Yeah,
Peach.
you would literally live there.
Leave Naked Peach to Colin.
We could probably
to be the
open a
owner.
Naked Peach studio as a part of that theme park.
Wow.
Wow.
And people
What
could have photo
would our
shoots.
rebrand be though?
No, it would still be
It'd
Naked
have to be
Peach.
no, it'd have to be something Swift related.
Yeah.
Well, we could just do the photo shoots with like different Taylor Swift themes, you know?
No, the name of the business
name-
would be Only Bought This Dress for you to take it off.
Wow.
Love.
That
Love.
you really pulled that out of your ass. That's incredible.
I always have a few Taylor lyrics in my back
You do in your ass.
That's why my ass is so big. It's full
It's
of
full
lyrics.
of lyrics. No, that was so good. Oh, we're delirious, you guys.
I'm literally
so
a lyricist.
Wow, you are. You actually are really doing so good.
I'm writing a book of poems when we finish recording this episode. Oh my god. Okay, another thing also about this trip that I love.
Love.
We were so excited to go to Pump tonight.
Sir, what
Pump
the
is
hell
closed.
is wrong with you?
I'm delirious.
Oh yeah.
We were gonna go to Sir, which is where Vanderpump Rules all started.
Yes.
And we were gonna go see the historic monuments, like the bar,
The bar.
where
The back bar.
yes,
The garden.
bar,
Yeah.
and eat the fried goat cheese balls.
Yeah, oh my God.
That sounds so good.
I know. We could still DoorDash them, but we were so excited, and I think today more than anyone, I feel that I'm the one who's had the hardest time pulling myself together, and the girlies were just, Amanda was like, are you sure you want to go to Sir tonight? And I'm like, no, we have to. We've been planning this, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, I'm canceling it.
It's like nothing matters.
No,
you
you're
guys.
missing
Like,
details.
You are missing.
Taylor's in
forgot.
the room, and Amanda looks at her and says, "You look horrible."
No,
right
I
now.
did not say that. I said
so bad.
You literally don't know. Like, you don't look good. Like, you actually look ill.
And that's why I put on makeup to record this episode.
Like, oh wait, should I show the posse my sunburn? I don't know if you guys can see it, but I was just, this was
Amanda's
the sunburn.
crispy.
I'm
This
so
bitch
crispy.
didn't put on sunscreen at Disneyland.
I didn't. Okay, anywho. But circling around on that, it's because we're just here to have fun. And if someone's not going to have fun or, like, be exhausted, or all of us are, like, we're not doing it. Like, we're just going to fucking chill. We're going to order DoorDash. We're going to sit in bed, podcast. I literally don't have pants on. I'm dripping sweat from my sunburn. I'm dying. I'm hanging on by a thread. My ankle's shattered. And it is the best time of my life. Like, I'm literally having the best time of my life.
Did you fall, or is it just from the walking?
No, it's from the walking. Mommy doesn't walk 15 miles a day, okay?
After this, I will not be leaving the bed for the rest of the day. I just want that to be...
For the rest of my life.
And I will not be speaking to anyone either.
Don't talk to me. We're ordering food after this. We're listening to Taylor Swift. We're gossiping, hot goss.
She means we're talking about Harry Styles.
We're talking about Harry Styles, obviously. And that's that.
And that's that on that.
And that's that on that.
All right. With that, I think we should get Allison on.
Yeah, I think we should kick me off right now.
Okay, bye.
Wait, but I'm sad and I don't want to leave yet. Okay, bye.
Okay, Allison,
Hey.
our lovely producer. We love
Welcome
you
to
so
our
much.
studio.
Welcome
Thank you
to-
so much.
Allison, so we've really deep dived on Disney and Taylor Swift,
good.
but you have a story for us that
I do.
killed me when you texted us.
Yeah. Well, if I may say a little statement before I continue. Last time I was on the pod, I'm like, what do I look like? Okay.
Look at the camera.
Okay. Last time I was on the pod, I was really nervous, and now that I listen to people and while I edit, I'm like, oh my god, I'm also this. I'm like, I don't know. I'm loud. I'm outgoing. I was just a little shy, and that was a little disclosure. Wait.
I love that.
Disclaimer.
I love it.
The guests
I
are
love
making
it.
you feel comfortable because everyone's
Yeah.
out here bearing all their crazy stories.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just don't want people to think I'm a shy girl. Anyway, so I have this crazy story, and the morning after it happened, I walked into Naked Peach, and I was like, who is here right now? They need to hear every detail. So basically, let's see, where does this tale begin? I was, having sex as one does, and It was like 10 p.m. You know, I have a butt plug. It's a good time. And I use it not that often. But my boyfriend was like, you know, let's spice it up. Can we use it? And I was like, yeah, absolutely. And it was a good time. I was having like some of the best sex I've ever had. I was like, this is wonderful. And then in the middle of us having sex, he was like, where's the butt plug? And I was like,
No.
and I was like, why are you stopping? Because that's not important. And, you know, we were going and...
Wait, so after he says this, you keep going?
Yeah, I was like, he literally got up and started looking for it. And I was like, I don't get why that's important right now. Like, we were having such good sex. And
like,
then
you thought he had removed it and lost it. And
we thought it fell out.
Okay.
I thought she flew out because she wasn't staying in, you know?
Okay.
And so he was like looking under the sheets and stuff, and I literally was like, dude, I don't care, like, please. And so we were going back to business, and then after we finished having sex, he was like, I went to pee, you know, as you do, and he was looking for it everywhere, and he was like lifting up my mattress, he was crawling under the bed, he was like lifting up the sheets, he emptied my tote bag. He was like, because I came back and I was like, why is my stuff all over the floor? And he's like, I thought maybe it flew into the tote bag. And I, like, made a joke, and I was like, what if it's still in my ass? Haha. And then I literally, like, this is about to get, like, we're about to get really personal, you guys. So I, like, spread my ass cheeks in the mirror, and I was like, no, it's not there. And then I was peeing, and I literally was, like, joking to my boyfriend. I was like, why does this make me have to poo? And he was like, well, that sounds right. Like, it probably got things moving. And then I couldn't poop, and I was like, hello? And I felt around, and the butt plug was entirely stuck in my butthole.
So you could feel it with your fingers.
With my fingers.
Okay.
I couldn't feel it inside of me.
That's so scary.
Yeah.
You couldn't feel it inside
Yeah.
of you.
Okay,
No, I couldn't.
Allison, did your butthole suck it up, or
Yes.
was he pushing on it?
He did push it, and he was going really hard, too. So it was a lot of pressure.
Was he
that
pushing it,
happened.
like, to keep it in, or, like...
Yes, because she was coming out. That's why.
Okay.
And I could only feel him, like, putting a hand there, but apparently he pushed it in.
Well, clearly.
But, like, he didn't, like, watch it go in. Like, in butt plugs, there's, like, a stopper, right? So this doesn't happen. My ass literally ate the stopper. Like, the whole entire thing was in my butthole. So then...
Sammy warned us about this.
She did.
The thing is, that was the episode right before I started editing. I did the math, so I didn't listen to it.
The
I
universe
listened to the
really
beginning.
fucked you on this
Wow.
one.
I know. So then it turned into the best sex of my life, into both my boyfriend and I are naked doing weird poses in my bathroom, me making him put his fingers in my asshole trying to get it out. And at this time it's like midnight, and we're on Reddit. We're like, how do you get it out? And we're like trying all these different poses. You guys, I was naked doing like a sumo wrestler squat in my shower, and my boyfriend was on the ground underneath me trying to pull it out.
Okay,
It was
that's like a new level of like intimacy
No,
and bonding,
literally.
though.
Yeah.
Like,
I was-
you guys have so much trust now, I bet.
No, like I already had it, but that was really like my boyfriend's fingers were in my butt, and like also like this is a warning graphic, you know, it's okay, but you know when I wasn't doing anal, but you know when you do anything butt stuff, some stuff starts moving,
Yeah.
you know. So let's just say it wasn't like the cleanest experience for anyone. And then after we looked at the time later, we tried for 40 minutes. He was like, Allison, I can't get it out. I think we need someone to help us. And we both knew what that meant, but I was like, no. And so we got dressed and we went to the ER at midnight. And can you guys tell I've been dying to tell the posse this story because it's so detailed. I'm so ready. I walked up to the nurse, and the whole time I was like, I'm like not ashamed. I'm like, I work in a very sex positive environment. Like I'm very sex positive. I'm not embarrassed, whatever. And we get to the nurse, and she's like, what brings you guys in? And I could not speak, and I made my boyfriend do it. And he was like, she has something stuck inside of her. And her face kind of like dropped, and she was like, okay, so like vaginally. And he was like, no. Like, and then that's kind of all we said. And then like you have to go to like a nurse before the doctor, and the doctor also has their own nurse, and I had to tell like 4 people I had a butt plug stuck in me. And the doctor finally came in. I had like an IV, like all this stuff. Oh, and also I was on the hospital bed, and I literally was like, the peaches are gonna love this. Like, that's what I was concerned about. And also, I didn't have my glasses, and there was like a TV, and I remember being like kind of cranky, and I was like, put on Vanderpump Rules. I was like trying to make my boyfriend find Vanderpump Rules, but he couldn't find it. And then what happened? Oh, the doctor came in and she was like, so I heard you have a foreign object in your rectum. And I was like, you didn't need to like put it like that.
That
like,
makes it sound like you put a fucking pickle in there or something.
And she like just told me, she was like, I'm just gonna like feel. And I was like, okay. And then she literally, like, stuck her whole hand in my butt.
No.
I'm not kidding.
No.
No lube. Nothing.
No.
Yeah.
No lube?
No. All, like,
Allison.
guys, like, her whole, all fingers had to be in there in order to get it out.
That
She was
is like crime.
Yeah.
She should have put
Wait,
lube on her fingers.
wait,
I'm
wait.
calling
Yeah.
the medical board.
How did she stick all those? Because okay, I'm assuming that in that position, in that time, you like things are just a little clenched, right? Like you're just a little.
Yeah.
And she just happened to just shove no
Well,
lube 4 fingers up your butthole.
Like she ripped your rectum open.
Yeah, okay, so what they did is I laid on my side, so my knees were stacked.
Yes.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, like when you're getting waxed.
I haven't been waxed, I don't know.
Okay.
But
That's
I was,
what you
like,
do when you get
facing
your
that
butthole
way.
waxed.
Okay, perfect. So that was the position. I was like gripping the like hospital bed side.
Yes.
And she like, yeah, her whole hand was in my butt. She just stretched it and she literally pulled it out and I was screaming. I was yelling fuck. And I'm like a really chill person. I try not to be dramatic. But I yelled fuck twice. I was in so much pain. And the other nurse was like, let it out. And I was like, yes, I know. And then, yeah, then they were like, your butthole is going to be really sore. Expect blood. And I was like, love that. Oh, also, I was bleeding when I was trying to get it out at home. That's why I went to.
God.
Oh my
Wait,
God.
how long
Yeah.
did it take for her to pull it out?
I was probably in pain for like 2 minutes.
Oh, that's a lot longer than I thought you were gonna say.
Maybe a minute.
I literally,
My butthole is clenched so tightly right now.
I know, I'm like nervous
the
thinking
fact
about
that
it.
she didn't put lube on her fingers.
Yeah, it was insane.
To me, feels like a hate crime.
No, I know.
I feel like she just was like, they're probably sick of taking things out of people's
No,
buttholes.
literally.
And they're like, I'm going to make this as painful as possible.
It was midnight, and I was like apologizing, and they're like, "You're not the first person," and I was like, "I know, but
like, that makes it worse.
I know." The nurse was like, "Do you want it back?" And I literally said, "Fuck no," and he threw it away in the trash.
How
And then, yeah.
long did it take for your butthole to recover?
You guys, I didn't poop for like 4 days because I was really scared.
I would be too.
And then it finally happened, and everything was okay. There was no
Okay,
blood.
so now you're all healed. Is it
Yeah.
still sore?
I would say I'm good. Yeah.
Wow.
But
Wow.
I told my boyfriend we aren't even talking about butt stuff for a year. I need a long time to recover
yeah.
from that.
Yeah, you were traumatized.
Yeah.
Oh
Anyway,
my God.
starting to tell the
Allison,
posse.
Thank
so.
you for
Thank,
that story.
thank you for having me.
Posse, you've been warned twice now
Yeah.
about butt plugs, so you better be fucking careful out there.
And
What did the
yeah.
stopper of this thing look like though? Because Sammy was saying that the problem with the diamond ones is that the stopper isn't bigger than like the other end.
That's what I was just about to say. Is my boyfriend was like, next time we need a really big stopper. Cause yeah, I would say it is smaller.
It was small. Okay,
Yeah.
there you go. That twice posse.
Yeah.
What's crazy is that when you go to like Fantasy Video or like any place with sex toys, I feel like generally the stopper is like not that big. It's like the same size as the plug
Yeah.
itself. So it's like we should try and find a good one. Like ask Sammy to recommend
Yeah.
a good one for us and then like share it with the posse so people know which butt plugs they can use.
Yeah.
I'm so glad your butthole is okay.
Thank you. Me too.
Okay, so back to Taylor Swift.
Oh yeah, obviously.
So as a Swiftie who's a little bit younger, I'm curious
yeah.
about your perspective because I was telling the girlies about how I like really grew up with her because she and I are the same age.
Yeah.
And I want to know, when did you start listening?
Mm-hmm.
What was the most emotional part of the concert for you?
That's so cute. I remember being in 5th grade for some reason listening to our song. So I'm 24 right now. I remember I just have this childhood friend whose house I have distinctive memories listening to the album with. Yeah, I think she showed me that album. And I went to her concerts growing up. I went to Fearless, Speak Now, and Red.
Oh,
and I went to
wow.
I went to Red with my mom, and that was really cute. And I texted her, and I was like, "This makes me think of when we went." There's a lot of moms and daughters, and so I definitely feel like I grew up with her too, because there's songs I remember distinctly. New Romantics, not my most emotional song, but I did cry during New Romantics because I made a video montage with some good friends of mine we're not as close anymore, which I think is why I was emotional too. But I made like, oh, it's fine. But I made like a video to that song, and I remember like feeling like so happy that weekend we had together, and like that song always makes me think of them. And then the most emotional part was Long Live. No, no. I don't know why. And then All Too Well was next, and I was like, okay. I have to tell Posse. I literally left to go to the bathroom because I was crying so hard. And I was like, I really wanted to take selfies of me crying because I thought it was really funny. And then then All Too Well came next, so I didn't actually make it to the bathroom. I turned around to go back to my seat to enjoy All Too Well. And then I got lost. And I like went down like one aisle, and then I didn't see him. And then I was like, no, this has to be it though. So I went down it again, and then I was like, no, please, we're already 5 minutes in. And then I just stood at the top, but a bunch of other people were standing there, and I just saw her on the screen, and then I finally found the right section. It was really sad.
It is so sad.
It's okay. It's okay.
That is but like the fact that that's the most dramatic thing that's happened on this trip
That's true.
is wild.
That is true, you guys. Pretty easy time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Allison joined us yesterday. She was part of the all-nighters at Disney. The midnight crew.
Oh, God.
What was your favorite ride?
Definitely Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
for sure.
Literally.
We spent 10 minutes talking about how
Good.
amazing that was.
As we should. But I am still bitter about it not being Tower of Terror, but I'm trying not to be one of those, like, old people who, like, hates change. But I do hate the change. But it was a really good ride, so.
I wish I could have went on that ride all night.
I know. We'll just have to go back.
What is it like being on a trip like this with your, like, basically your boss / mommies?
Mommies. I'm going to be so honest. I was going to tell you guys this at dinner, but I was really nervous. I was like, I don't know. I was like feeling anxious. I was like, oh, I don't know. Like, I don't know. And then I feel like I had so much fun. I haven't felt, me admitting this to a bunch of people, I haven't felt like awkward once. I've had so much fun. It doesn't feel like, I mean, it doesn't feel worky, really.
Yeah.
It feels chill. Yeah.
That makes me so happy.
Yeah, that's so sweet. We love you so much.
Oh,
We do,
Stop.
and I'm
much
so
fun with
glad
you.
you came on this trip
Stop.
with us.
Thank you. Me too.
And we had so many bonding moments together.
I know.
And, like, none of it had to be about work. I feel like this brought us all so much closer.
I'm excited to, like, I've already thought about, like, when I come back to the studio and I see you guys, it's going to, like, feel different in a good, cute way. Not that it was bad before, obviously, but.
Okay, one
Yeah.
thing that's going to stick with me forever is yesterday when we were at Disney and we were walking around and you're like, do you guys ever just take photos of yourself? And you're like, oh my God, I'm so cute. Like, look how cute my face is. And both Taylor and I were like, literally, absolutely never. We hate our faces. But you're like, no, like, and then you brought up the stuff that Tasha had said too about the front camera and like loving yourself. And now I'm really trying really, really hard to take yours and Tasha's advice to heart because it was so cute. And like, I definitely want to feel that way when I take photos of myself and of my face. So thank you for that.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't really take serious selfies that often. And, like, obviously I'm hard on myself when I take them. But I also feel like maybe because I'm Gen Z, like, or at least my friends and I don't know, the part of the internet I'm in, we, like, always just are like, oh my God, we're so cute. Like, we're so cool. Like, I constantly tell my boyfriend, I'm like the coolest girl you'll ever date. Like, I say that all the time. Or I'm like, I look really cute. Why aren't you telling me? And he's like, no, I know, I agree. Like, he always, like, agrees with me. And I'm like, yeah, that's right. Like, I think one time I signed a card, like, from the best girlfriend you'll ever have. And it's like, like, why not believe it? Like, I don't know.
I love this, Allison.
Yeah.
I love this attitude.
Yeah, I'm taking this energy. I'm going to start embracing this because I really need to start with this positive self-talk. That sounds great.
And yeah,
even-
us millennials need to work
We
on
need
that.
to step it up.
I mean, obviously, like, do I believe it half the time? No. But, like, one, I like it. It's my sense of humor. Two, you do start to believe it.
Okay, so now that I'm on my journey of telling myself things and lying to myself,
Yeah.
until I believe it.
Yeah.
So those pants that I wore to the Taylor Swift concert,
Oh, yeah.
I love them so much, and I am dying to rewear them. And I'm like, where do I wear? I feel like I can't wear these in Portland.
Well, you could, like, wear them out.
How? Where?
Well, like, like, out if you go to a concert or something. But you could also wear, like, tights under them. Then people
Okay,
won't
tights. I didn't
notice
even
that
think
they're
about that.
see-through.
Where could I wear them though? The way I wore them with underwear.
I feel like you have to be going to a show or
A show.
something.
Okay.
I know you don't go, like, out to bars or anything, but you could do that. Well, I mean, maybe you do sometimes. But.
You could wear them to any of the parties that we have at the
The
studio.
Yeah.
Naked Beach. Yeah. I know I could wear them to the
Obviously.
studio. That's my safe place. But I
Yeah.
just feel like anywhere else in Portland, I'm like, where would I ever wear these to? But you're right. I should go to a concert and I'll wear them.
Yeah.
Okay, another question for you. So you also, like, you just attend concerts all the time, and you're, like, a very frequent concert goer. So just from a concert critic, what was your, like, overall view of Taylor Swift's
Oh my
concert?
God, it was so good. It was flawless. And, like, I've worked in the behind-the-scenes stuff of running stuff before, too. Obviously nothing to that level, but I was, like, blown away because there's so much you have to time. Like, I just can't get over it. And, like, there are people who set up those huge speakers. Like, I don't know. I was just thinking of it from a production standpoint. It was insane.
Dude, the logistics are insane. Like, and the fact that they're putting it up and tearing it down in all these different cities and moving it all constantly. And it's, like, how big do you think her crew is? It has to be huge.
I saw a picture of, like, Carrie Underwood's crew, and it was, like, 11 tour buses full of people. So I'm sure hers is, like, probably 20 tour buses.
Damn.
That's
If you
wild.
think about it.
Yeah. That's so crazy.
I don't know. Maybe usually they post pictures at the end, or they take a picture of everyone at the end. You know. But yeah, it was obviously insane. Her performance was just so good, and I was never bored. And it was like 3.5 hours. So
I know there was like not a dull moment.
No.
The whole thing was just incredible, and like the way that she's like so professional, like she's perfectly on time with when she starts. Have you ever been to a concert with someone that famous who starts on time? Because I haven't.
No, I don't think so. I think she was like 5 minutes late, but I'm like, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
You can have 5 minutes.
I went to a concert of a rapper who is now canceled, but is very famous. We all know him by one name.
I'll think about it.
I mean, he has a first and a last name, but if you just say his first name, everyone knows who he is.
Okay.
He was once married to someone named Kim.
That's ringing a bell.
And he started his show like 2 hours late.
No, that sounds right.
Yeah.
That's so stupid.
One of the other things you were saying about concerts that I thought was so cool is you were telling us that you've gone to concerts alone and that it's so fun. So I feel like you should tell the posse about that.
Yeah, I go to stuff alone all the time. I love it. Probably because I was single for a really long time. I can't think of the first concert I went by myself, but I love going by myself. Sometimes when I buy a ticket and then my friend is like, oh, I'm going to, I'm like, oh, okay. Or like, I don't know. One time, my boyfriend and I go to shows, like, seriously guys, I think I go to like 2 or 3 concerts a week. One time my boyfriend and I like each bought a ticket to a concert individually, and we were talking at dinner and I was like, oh my God, we're doing our own thing on Thursday. That's so fun. And I was like, what venue is yours at? And he was like, the Doug Fir. And I was like, no, it's not, because mine's at the Doug Fir. And it turned out I was going for the opener and he was going for the headliner. And so I got excited to like have my own night away from my boyfriend, whatever. But it's like, I think you should just do things that you want to do. Like, I think it's sad if you're like, oh, no one would go with me and I missed my favorite concert. I'm like, okay, and like, no one thinks you're weird. If anything, people probably think you're cool for going by yourself.
And nobody's paying that much attention to you.
Literally no one cares. And I have to tell myself that all the time.
No one cares about it. Literally every single person at Taylor Swift was having their own concert with Taylor Swift that night.
Yeah.
Literally, we all were just in there with our best friend Taylor Swift and no one else.
Yeah. It was so fun.
I went to the movies alone one time, and it was incredible. And literally nobody looked at me. It's dark in there. It's dark in a concert. Nobody's looking. Nobody can even see what you're up to.
No one I mean,
cares.
They're paying attention to what's happening on stage, number one.
Yeah, or their own drama with their friends or whatever.
Yeah.
The fuck.
Yeah.
I go to the movies all the time by myself. It's so fun. That's like my self-care
That's cute.
act. Yeah.
It's like what Candace was saying on her episode about like how nice it is to not be like beholden to anyone else's like timeline or stuff they want to do or have to like agree on things, like to just literally do exactly what you want to do all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah, absolutely.
Allison, do you want to do your obsessions with us?
Ooh, I haven't thought about it. If you guys go first, yeah.
I'll do mine. My obsession this week, is this going to be yours too, is sidecar donuts.
Dude. Okay. So we're unwell today. Taylor comes back from her massage and she has this box of donuts. And I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I love a donut. I want to eat a donut. She opens this box. Number one, some of the prettiest donuts I've ever seen in my entire life. Number two, the smell that came out of this box was just like so good. So good. I don't even have words to describe it. It's so good. And then I break one apart and it is the fluffiest cake donut. I've had really good cake donuts before. This is the best cake donut I've ever had.
It was incredible. They have these butter and salt ones. The flavor is butter and salt.
It's
and
like a cake donut croissant.
Period. What more could you want? Like, that's all I'll say about that. Shout out to my friend who used to live in LA and told me about that place because now I go there every time I'm here. That's all.
Yeah. They had a gluten-free one because I'm celiac, and I literally had to ask Taylor to make sure it was gluten-free. And then I talked to my boyfriend today. I'm not that obsessed with him. I've only called him like once out of like every 2 weeks, but I was telling him about it, and I was like, I don't know if it's gluten-free because it was so good. I was like, I'll find out tomorrow, I guess. Like,
It was. I promise you it was.
Yeah, I know. I trust you, but I'm just like, that was insane. Was that your obsession too?
Yes. Yeah, those
Dual
donuts were
obsession.
so good.
You guys, I don't know.
I can say one more obsession if
Yeah,
you're thinking
yeah.
still. Okay.
Oh.
So, I bought those little like hair gems to put in my hair for the Taylor Swift concert. And I thought I was going to have to apply all of them with eyelash glue, which I was prepared to do. However, thankfully they were sticky on the backside, so I could just stick them into my hair, and we all used them, and they were so cute and so fun. And I loved them, and I really am embracing my grays lately. I just like give zero fucks, and I am not really dyeing I think it's partially laziness, partially I just don't care, and I like my natural hair color. But either way, having those hair gems in my hair, I was like, I think this is so cute, and I love it with my grays, and now I just like want to wear hair gems every day.
I think you should.
But I feel like it would be weird. Like, I feel like people would look at me weird walking around with those in Portland on a random day.
No.
You see people with fucking face tattoos walking around.
Yeah.
Like, who cares? Okay, this just reminded me, I need to tell the posse that just speaking of Eras Tour outfits, accessories, etc., my dress that I was wearing, the see-through dress with the butterflies on it, I just want you guys to know that my mom sewed that dress for me.
It was beautiful.
It was perfect.
Work
It
of
was
art.
just like the perfect dress for you, Taylor. Like, there was no other outfit that I think would have been perfect for you besides that dress.
It was the outfit I was born to wear. So thank you, Mom. She listens. And that fabric is from Joann's. So I will find the link and share it, and also the pattern if anyone wants to make their own dress or wants to ask their mom to make a dress for them.
You should share the pattern. It was really cool.
It was like, she said it was super easy once she got it cut out.
Okay.
So.
Okay, I thought of my obsession.
Okay.
Oh, speaking of traveling or being alone or whatever, before this trip in LA, I solo traveled to Arizona and San Diego, which was like super nice and fun.
Iconic.
And my friend introduced me to chocolate milk cold brew, and I've drinking like 4 on this trip. It's so good. Wait, have you guys heard of it?
Well,
No.
I saw yours the other
Okay,
morning,
yeah.
and it looked great.
It's like the cold foam cold brew or whatever, and I love that. And like, I usually drink black coffee, but sometimes I want a little flavor, but I don't like a latte because I don't want that much milk. And so like, finding this chocolate hack has just been beautiful because it's like a little bit of flavor but mostly coffee. And
Is this from Starbucks?
Yes,
specifically?
yeah.
Okay, so what's the exact order?
you just say chocolate milk cold brew, and I think they'll do it. They'll know what that
Oh.
means. Yeah.
Okay.
It's so good.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah, highly recommend.
Okay, I know this is our obsessions, but I have like a brief like anti-obsession / warning.
She loves an anti-obsession.
/warning.
And I'm only bringing this up now because we had so much to talk about of what happened the last couple of days, we didn't really do our full like normal catch up of like the previous week, you know, at the beginning of the episode. So it's kind of a catch up too. Okay, so last week Gavin and I celebrated our 6-year wedding anniversary, and we went to Hood River, and I was really trying to go stay at the Society Hotel because it's so beautiful there and I love the soaking pools.
Yeah, I've been.
But it was booked. So I started looking at these other like places in Hood River, and I found this hotel called the Hotel Iconica. And the photos looked really cute, and it was like kind of expensive, but it looked really cute. And I'm like, it's our anniversary, we're going for one night, like let's just splurge, whatever. So we go there, and we get there, and it's like, it's one of those hotels where it's kind of like an Airbnb where you just like you get the email and then you like do the keypad, so there's no like person in the lobby of the hotel kind of thing. And which is like, I'm fine, but then Gavin like kind of started getting grumpy about that, and he's like, I feel like we're paying for the hotel experience, like part of the hotel experience is having like a lobby and a concierge, so it's like, why is there, and I'm like, whatever, go into our room. And basically this whole hotel has been remodeled, and it's one of those hotels where it looks very cute, like it's, you know, like the aesthetics are cute and like it's cute, but if you just look like slightly closer to all the details, it's like those TikTok videos where, you know, when people are like, I'm gonna make a fake marble cabinet, and they like paint marble and then it looks like marble, but it's just paint on a countertop.
Everything is peel and stick.
Everything is peel and stick. Everything is like, it's just like not there, you know, with like with what you were from. And it, like I said, it was fine. I'm not like complaining, but it was just one of those things where it's like, I feel like I have been like tricked into staying in a place that's like not at all what it was advertised as. And I'm like, this is really weird. And so whatever, we stayed there, it was fine. We had a great anniversary. And then we go to bed, and the pillows were like, it was like my neck was like this all night. Like the pillow was so thick and it didn't go down at all that like I slept at an angle. Like it's
Your
like my neck's
neck
at a,
is like down
it's at
instead of straight.
No, up. It's up. It's like up at, like the pillow is so thick
Oh,
that
I
like
hate that.
and it didn't squish down. So it's
No.
like my neck was at a 45-degree angle up all night.
No.
Yeah, that's a no for me.
So I just wouldn't really recommend this hotel. Like I feel
You should
bad.
make a TikTok exposing.
Ooh.
I feel bad exposing them, but I'm kind of like.
Well, they're
like,
scamming people. They're charging too much money for fake
It
shit.
was like $300-ish a night or something, and I'm like,
Dude.
yeah.
Not for a sticker on a countertop.
Not for that's what I'm saying. Like I don't know. It was interesting.
That's like how much it costs to stay at like a luxury hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we did go to the spot, the Society Hotel, for an hour.
Oh,
so
cute.
that was really
Yeah.
nice and really
Love.
fun. And like I said, we had a great anniversary. Our dinner was really amazing. Everything was great, but it was I was just like, this hotel needs to not.
Okay.
Yeah.
We will not get a sponsorship from them. We'll accept it.
But Society Hotel, I'll shout you out any day, sponsorship or not. I love you guys.
Wait, Amanda, do you want to do an obsession since you're in
Yeah,
here?
come in here.
You have to use
Come on the
Allison's
mic.
mic.
I already know what it is.
Bye, Posse. It was nice talking to you.
No, you're not
No,
done.
No,
You
you're
have
just
to-
saying.
Well, yeah, but I'm
She's
splitting.
joining.
Bye for now.
Yeah.
I'm back. 100% my obsession for this week. Sorry, Anna, I'm putting all of my entire body weight on you.
It feels really nice.
Were my space shoes, my Dr. Scholl's feet healing space shoes. Every
Wait, did
night-
you say your ankle's literally broken?
my ankles shattered, but they healed my feet, the bottoms of my feet. Two different things.
Two different things. Oh, yeah.
They're literally tinfoil bags filled with lubricant.
The lubricant that Allison needed from the doctor.
Literally. And every night when we got home, well, the first night I didn't realize that I would not be able to put on clothes after I put them on, and I was just like butt ass naked in my bed. Poor Allison has just seen all angles and aspects of me. And you stick your feet in there and then you tape it up, and they're just these cutie little space shoes. I'll send Allison a picture to post for everybody. That is 1000% my obsession. I will literally use them if I do any sort of walking ever in my life.
I was like in the bathroom and Amanda's like, Allison, you gotta see this. And she just walks over naked to me in her little tinfoil shoes. And then the next day at dinner, I like said something about, I was like, remember last night when Amanda, and then Andre was like, remember when she wore her Louboutins? And it literally took me a minute, but it was beautiful.
Are those our obsessions?
Yeah.
That's it.
Are we wrapping up?
We're wrapping. All right,
Okay.
Posse, where
Yeah.
can you find us?
Okay, you can find us at Naked Peach Boudoir on all the socials, nakedpeachboudoir.com, peach.posse on Instagram, Peach Posse on TikTok. You can find me at T Smells.
You can find me at Allisonder, ALLIISONDER, and Amanda at Amanda E. Spence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can find me at Anna McLaughlin Photo. And Posse, we will see you next Tuesday.
Bye.
Bye.
Good job, everyone.